Imagine walking home and noticing the same person behind you again. At first you brush it off, then they appear outside your workplace, then outside your home, then your phone starts buzzing with an unknown number. Randomly, flowers arrive, messages appear, your friends are contacted, and suddenly your normal life is gone. Because stalking isn't always dramatic in the beginning. Sometimes it starts with a look, a message, a coincidence, until it becomes a nightmare. And now, new figures reveal that stalking offences across England and Wales have risen sharply over the last decade. This isn't just another statistic, it's a warning. So today I'm breaking down what's happening, why these crimes are rising, who is most at risk, and why victims often feel ignored, and what this says about modern Britain. So stay with me, because by the end of this video, you may look at the world very differently. Welcome back to the channel, where I uncover the stories behind the headlines. If you appreciate real news, deep analysis, and honest conversation, hit subscribe. So let's get into it. Reports show stalking offences in England and Wales have climbed dramatically over the last 10 years. 1,000 more cases are now being reported compared to previous years. But here's the first important truth. These numbers may not mean stalking suddenly appeared. They may mean something even more troubling. That stalking was always happening, but hidden, ignored, misunderstood, and massively underreported. For years, many victims were told, just block them, ignore it, they'll get bored. It's only a message. It's not serious until they hurt you. Think about that. A crime based on fear and psychological control was often treated like a minor inconvenience. Only recently has society started to understand stalking for what it truly is. A pattern of obsession, intimidation, surveillance and control. And once awareness rises, reporting rises too. But experts warn that even now, the real numbers could be far higher than official records show, because many victims still never come forward. And the reason is fear, shame, embarrassment, not being believed, or the terrifying reality that reporting can sometimes make the stalker escalate. That means the statistic we see may only be the visible tip of something much bigger. When people hear the word stalking, they often imagine a stranger hiding in bushes. But real stalking is often much more ordinary and therefore more dangerous. It can include constant texting or calling, showing up unexpectedly, monitoring social media, sending gifts, following someone physically, contacting family or colleagues, tracking locations, fake accounts, threats, property damage, silent presence, watching from a distance, and repeated coincidental meetings. Some stalkers are ex-partners, some are acquaintances, some are strangers, some are people the victim barely remembers meeting once. And one of the most dangerous myths is this: if they know you, it's just relationship drama. No, stalking is not romance, it's not persistent, it is not love. It is unwanted, repeated behavior that causes fear or distress. That distinction matters, because too many warning signs are dismissed until things become severe. 10 years ago, if someone wanted to follow your life, they had to physically do it. But today, they can do it from a sofa. They will know where you ate lunch, who your friends are, where you work, what gym you use, when you're on holiday, your relationship status, what route you go jogging, what car you drive, and that's all through digital breadcrumbs. Social media has transformed stalking, such as location tags, stories, public followers, your tagged photos, comments, your mutual connections. Even fitness apps have exposed people's routines. A determined stalker no longer needs to guess. Technology can hand them a map. And then there's spyware, such as hidden AirTags, fake profiles, burner numbers, email harassment, deepfake images, and revenge content. The old crime has evolved into something faster, smarter, and harder to escape. Victims can move house, yet still be watched online. They can change jobs, yet still be contacted digitally. They can block one account, only for 10 more to appear. For some victims, there's no safe place anymore. So why this sharp rise? There's several possible reasons. Number 1, better awareness. Police and the public now recognize behaviors that were previously dismissed. 2, easier reporting. Online reporting tools and specialist charities help victims come forward. 3, technology expansion. Digital tools make stalking easier and more persistent. 4, social isolation. Some experts link rising loneliness, rejection rate, and parasocial behavior to crimes. 5, repeated offenders. Some stalkers target multiple people over time. 6. Relationship breakdown conflict. High conflict separation can trigger stalking behavior. 7. More data collection. Improved crime recording standards may increase recorded totals, but whatever combination is true, one fact remains: the emotional damage to victims is real and it's growing. Stalking injuries are not always visible. Victims may experience anxiety, panic attacks, sleep loss, depression, PTSD symptoms, isolation, job loss, moving house, changing identity online, relationship breakdowns. Just imagine checking every parked car, looking over your shoulder daily, jumping when your phone vibrates, and wondering if every stranger outside is them. This is why stalking is often described as a crime. One text may seem small, one appearance may seem small, one gift even may seem small, but repeated over weeks, months and years, it can dismantle a person's sense of safety, and safety is one of the foundations of a normal life. Take that away, everything changes. Many campaigners say stalking isn't taken seriously enough. Victims sometimes report and being told to gather their own evidence. Incidents are treated separately instead of as a pattern. Delays in response, mixed understanding between officers, bail breaches not enforced quickly enough, digital evidence overlooked. To be fair, policing is under pressure, resources are stretched, caseloads are heavy, evidence thresholds can be complex, but stalking cases require pattern recognition. It's not always one dramatic event, it's dozens of smaller events creating fear. And if systems focus only on single incidents, the bigger danger may be missed. That's why specialist training becomes critical, because spotting escalations early can save lives. Not all stalking becomes physical violence, but some serious assaults and murders have histories of stalking behavior beforehand. That is why experts say stalking should never be minimized. Persistent monitoring, boundary violations, threats, fixation, escalation after rejections, these can be danger markers. Every case differs, but pattern matters. When someone refuses to accept no, refuses to disappear and becomes more intrusive over time, intervention matters. Waiting for a catastrophic moment is the worst strategy possible. Anyone can be stalked, men and women, young and old, public figures and private citizens, but some groups may face elevated risk, such as ex-partners leaving abusive relationships, women targeted by male-fixated offenders, professionals in public-facing roles, influencers, creators, healthcare staff, retail workers, students, people that are active online, because modern visibility creates vulnerability. The more your life is searchable, the easier you're to track. That doesn't mean victims should hide. It means society must adapt protection to modern reality. We are encouraged to share our lives, post a meal, post a gym pitch, post a holiday, post a new workplace, post your route and post your routine. But every post can reveal patterns, and the same platforms that connect friends can expose victims, and this creates a paradox. Visibility brings opportunity and risks. That's why digital safety matters now as much as locking your front door. Simple steps that you can take is review your privacy settings, remove live location tags, delay posting travel updates, and limit follower access, and check device permissions and use two-factor authentication, because in 2026, personal security is physical and digital. The UK has stalking laws, restraining orders, harassment offences, and various protective measures, but campaigners argue laws are only as strong as enforcement. A law on paper means little if victims can't access help quickly, evidence isn't recognised, and orders are breached without consequence. Repeat offenders cycle through the system. Justice delayed can feel like justice denied, and in stalking cases, delays can increase danger. Behind every statistics is a person, someone who changed the route to work, someone who moved home, someone who deleted every photo online, someone who no longer trusts strangers, someone who was laughed off, someone who wasn't believed, someone who survived, and sometimes someone who didn't. This is why headlines matter, because statistics can become numb, but lives cannot. The rise in stalking may also reflect wider pressures: mental health strain, loneliness, online radicalization of misogyny, weak conflict resolution skills, obsessive internet behavior, reduced community connection. When people cannot regulate rejection, jealousy or loss, some become destructive. Most people do not stalk, but those who do often reveal deeper issues of control and fixation. And that means prevention isn't only criminal justice, it's education too. Teaching boundaries, consent, respect, emotional resilience, and digital ethics. If someone is repeatedly targeting you, you're not overreacting, you're not being dramatic, you do not need to wait until violence happens. Fear matters, patterns matter, trust your instincts, document behavior, tell trusted people, and report concerns. Seek specialist support. Safety planning matters. No one deserves to live under psychological siege. Many experts call for faster police response, specialist stalking units, better digital evidence handling, tougher enforcement of orders, earlier intervention for repeat offenders, public awareness campaigns, school education on boundaries, more victim support funding, because once stalking becomes entrenched, damage multiplies. Early action is cheaper, safer and smarter. Stalking offences rising sharply across England and Wales is more than crime statistics. It tells us something about modern life. Connection without boundaries, technology without safeguards, rejection without maturity, and visibility without protection, and systems still catching up. A civilized society is not judged only by road buildings or GDP, it's judged by whether ordinary people can live without fear, can walk home peacefully, can open the phone peacefully, can leave a relationship peacefully, can say no peacefully. If not, then something seriously needs fixing.